Hi guys, my name is Kayla and I am back with another video. So today we will be recapping season 16 episode 8 of The Bachelorette. In this episode we lost a real one. Yes, we did. Let's get into this recap. Hi, my name is Kayla and I am back with another video. Hello, my name is Kayla. Hi guys, my name is Kayla and I am back. You're gonna have ex-boyfriends. You're gonna have relationships. Like, it's not your fault. It was so much hot tea. Like, hot tea. It was so much hot tea going around. I don't want half of someone's heart. Like, if you are still feeling some way for your summertime, it's the best time to make goals that will help me, better me. So the episode starts off with the birds chirping, the sun shining. You can feel the warmth in the TV screen. It's almost like the calm before the storm, if you will. And it starts off with Tayshia fixing this huge breakfast, and she's talking about the anxiety that she's having, how she's nervous. And then a former bachelorette, JoJo, comes and she's talking with JoJo about these anxieties and the stress of it all. And then we later find out that the real reason that JoJo is here is because she's taking over Chris Harrison's role while he's gone, bringing his son into college. So Zach C gets the first one-on-one date of this episode, and they are having a photo shoot, and I believe it's like a fairy wedding photo shoot. And it starts off and Tayshia's nervous, she's anxious. She's not really feeling the date, to be honest, because she's been married before, she's done this whole dance, and she's not really like into this whole date idea of reinventing a wedding. But throughout the whole date, Zach is very like comforting and, you know, catering to her anxieties and her nervousness, and he's basically like, oh, we could just laugh at it, like this is just jokes, we can just laugh at it. And I would like to, before I go any further about this date, give a huge shout out, like a huge shout out. I'm shouting out Franco Lacosta, the photographer. He was the best hype man. I don't want nobody else behind the camera for a big occasion except for him. He was like, yes, pop that bottle to the stars. Like, he was really serving big energy. And I was just like, I'm feeling the vibes. I'm feeling the energy. Like, with that type of energy, you cannot have a bad photo shoot, period. He came in with the pink or purplish suede shoes, the shorts, the shirt. I was living for that energy. Yes, I was. So after the photo shoot, they sit down and like are having conversations, and we learn that Zach was also previously married. And then we go to the night part of the date and we learn more information about Zach. We learn that when he was married, we learned that right after college, he finds out that he has a brain tumor. He gets the brain tumor removed the next day, and then, you know, after any big surgery, you get prescribed medicines, and he became addicted to pain medicines, alcohol. I don't know if alcohol was included, but he was addicted to drugs. And then he ends up getting married, but he's still battling his addiction with drugs, and so that ultimately ended his marriage. And then we find out he stole his dad's pocketbook, and that was like the turning page for him. Was once he stole his dad's pocketbook and he got caught, his dad was like, son, we're going home, and something clicked for him. And then he was in rehab, and now he's on the board of that exact same rehab. So he came full circle, and I would like to give snaps and claps, because that is something that, you know, I don't know from experience, but I do know that addiction is hard. Like, addiction is hard to beat, and I applaud anybody who can beat an addiction. Shout out to my moms for stop smoking. Like, addiction is so hard, so I give it up to anybody who can stop. And yes, congratulations. So then we have the group date, and the theme for the group date is expressing yourself. So the first part of the group date was they were to draw the models that were before them. Bennett comes and tells Noah basically to get up, and Noah gets up, and now Bennett is sitting next to Tayshia throughout pretty much the entire date. And so once they're revealing their pictures, of course, Bennett makes a dig at Noah, And then the second part of the date were to build sculptures that remind them of Tayshia or something like that. And then when they were displaying their sculptures, then of course Noah took a dig at Bennett. And so it's just like a back and forth thing that was just happening. And then the last part of this date were to do self-portraits. And so there were so many self-portraits that I loved. Okay, so let's begin. I have a soft spot in my heart for Ivan. Ivan had a puzzle piece, and like all of the pieces like make him, I'm guessing. And he talks about his dad and how he is afraid that his dad won't be able to be there to see the man that he has created due to his health issues. And like that's just relatable. Like, you know, I think most people who have older parents fear that like their parents won't be able to see the great accomplishments that they will, you know, hopefully do in the future. And so then we have Riley's. Riley's was very sweet. It was a portrait of like clouds and like a blue sky. And he was talking about how when his mom called him, like after years of not having contact, he was telling her about how he daydreams about, you know, getting to know his firstborn daughter and living in a small cozy house with his wife and child and spending quality time with his child, because he never had that experience. I also liked Blake's. Blake's was of a pigeon or a bird, and the story behind the bird was that it like swoops down and like finds, you know, who it's supposed to be with or whatever, and that he won't stop searching until he finds what he deserves, which is snaps. And then I really liked Brendan's, and it was real simple. It was just like the outline of a photograph frame, and then he was talking, then he turned it sideways, and was just like, it will be complete if you were standing here beside me. It was just so sweet. Then Tayshia decides that she couldn't figure out, or she couldn't choose between which one was the best, so they all like have the afternoon portion of the date with her. And during the afternoon portion of the date, we find out that Ben struggled with bulimia when he was in his early 20s, and that his sister was the one to help him get out of that situation. And we learn that he has a hard time opening up, and she gives the group date rose to Ben. And then before she leaves, she says that there will be a 2-on-1 between Noah and Bennett because she's aware of the tensions and she wants to get rid of it, and that one person will be going home. Easy gets the second 1-on-1 date of this episode, and they're basically going around the villa, the resort, and finding these supposed haunted rooms, haunted places of the resort. And it was at nighttime, and it looked like it would have been so much fun. Like I would have had cause it's like a thing, like when you scared, you like, oh my god, like I'm scared. Like it looked like it was so much fun. They were walking around, laughing, screaming, you know, all of that. Like the main thing that they were laughing, they were having so much fun. And Easy's like, yeah, like I feel like I'm falling in love with her, so I'm gonna just let it fly. I'm gonna let her know. So then at the night portion of the date, he tells her that he's falling in love with her, and like he can see himself with her and this and that. And then Tayshia picks up the rose and it's like, yeah, I'm basically not feeling the same way. I can't give it to you, unfortunately, dog. And then she sends him home, and he was in the limo and he was like getting teary-eyed. I just felt so bad for Easy because he has this lovable personality, and it's just like, dang. So then after Easy goes home, it cuts to JoJo going to the group of guys, and she's saying that the cocktail hour will be put on pause until after Bennett and Noah have their 2-on-1 with Tayshia. And then JoJo asks Bennett, like, what is going on? Like, what is this going on between you two? And Bennett says that he's perplexed that, you know, they think that there's tension in the house because there's no tension, or he's perplexed that Tayshia thinks that there's tension in the house. Like, what? Like, to me, it boggles my mind that someone so smart wants to play so dumb. Like, if you're an asshole, Own it. Don't rent out the asshole costume for when it best suits you. Like, Bennett, you know what you're doing. You know these small little remarks here and there. Like, you know what you're doing. And so you pretending like, I'm perplexed that someone thinks that there's tension in the house. Come on now. You're not dumb. You're not dumb. Like, you're not dumb. So stop pretending like you don't know that there's something going on between both you and Noah. Stop it. Stop it. You're too old. You're too old. And you talking about other people being childish. So then when Bennett and Noah are sitting down together waiting for Tayshia to come, Bennett gives Noah a gift. A gift. It's all nice and wrapped up in a nice pretty box. And then Bennett basically presents what the contents of the gift are. It's a red bandana for some whatever reason. Then there's some socks that have mustaches on it that he previously wore. Socks that he has worn. And he's saying that, oh, mustaches should only be on your socks, on your feet, whatever. Some backhanded comment about the mustache that Noah once had. And then he gives him a book on emotional intelligence. The book on emotional intelligence has 4 different categories, and he basically says that Noah is deficient in 3 of those categories. And then he wants to just make comments that he don't know that there's tension in the house or tension between them two. Like, you're constantly making digs on this man because of what? Because he jumped a fence and you see him as childish because he wanted to do it. Like, this all started with something so stupid and he's so pressed about it. And he now wants to act like he doesn't know what's going on. Like, dude, really? So he gives Noah this gift. That statement that he made saying that, oh, he's never talked to Tayshia about another gentleman is trash. Because, like I said in a couple of videos ago, he had Ed fight his battles for him. And then that is the main reason as to why I don't like him today. Because I feel like as an individual, as an adult, if you have a problem with someone or something, you go to that individual and you state it. And you don't hide behind anything else or hide behind anybody else. Like, he planted a seed in Ed's head, right? And then he just let it grow to fruition. But he let Ed be like the face of his problems. He had a problem with chasing. He set that seed up. Ed was the one who took the fall for it. And he did not say a word. He did not say a word. So yes, you didn't go to Tayshia directly with these problems. You let someone else do the bidding for you, and you just didn't say a word about it. And so I feel like your intentions behind your actions are trash. Like, you went to Ed like, oh, nah. And then when Chasen brought it up to you directly, you said, oh yeah, Ed here was saying X, Y, and Z. Your intentions behind your actions are trash. They're garbage. They're trash. They're garbage. They're trash. They're garbage. They're trash. They're garbage. They're garbage. This is not me saying that Bennett is horrible and Noah is an angel. I'm saying that Bennett is horrible and Noah is like, because I feel like the initial problem with what happened with Noah was that he had a problem with Bennett, and instead of saying Bennett's name, he grouped the whole house with his complaints. When he went to Tayshia and he said that, oh, there's guys in the house who are questioning your judgment, questioning this, and they're nitpicking on me and bullying me and this and that. He should not have grouped the whole house in those claims. He should have just specifically said Bennett's name, because when you group everyone else in a situation that everyone is not involved in, then now you're kind of lying. And you should have just specified who you were talking about, and then Bennett wouldn't be able to call you a liar. I don't know if he's gonna call you a liar in this episode, but the next episode, but if you just would have specified, then you would have been head on, right on, and but he didn't. He grouped it, and he shouldn't have done that. So he's not like, I don't see him as a bad guy. I just see him as like a you know. But those are all of my thoughts on this episode. I really hope that Bennett goes home. I don't like him. I just don't. There's no other nicer way to put it. I'll see y'all in next episode. Bye.